guys, so welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm super excited because we're gonna be doing a full face of Dollar Tree makeup. I am so obsessed with Dollar Tree. I've been going there monthly and I've tried some really amazing products, hidden gems from the Dollar Tree, but their makeup section is popping, you guys. They have some really great stuff. So don't sleep on the Dollar Tree. And I'm a firm believer in making it work, whether that product is $1 or $20. I feel like you can always make it work. It always comes down to the makeup tools that you use. So I know not everybody can afford expensive makeup, and that's totally fine. That's why I do so many drugstore and affordable videos on my channel, because I like to show you guys that you don't need to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars to get a beautiful makeup look. And today we're gonna do a summery, bronzy, smoky eye using everything from the Dollar Tree. Everything is $1. I actually have a couple new things here, and then I have some classic favorites and things that I have tried before that I really love. So I hope you enjoy. Make sure you grab a snack and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and click the bell, that way you're notified every single time I upload. And let's get into a full face of Dollar Tree makeup. So we are starting, of course, with a fresh face, no makeup. I'm gonna do brows first, like always. And I have this little brightening eyeliner pencil from e.l.f. that I thought I could use as a brow pencil and liner. I think I tried this like years ago, like when I first started getting into makeup. They had a black one too, but I thought for the brows, black might be a little bit too harsh. So I was like, brown it is. This one's nice too because it comes with a little sharpener as well. So it's super convenient. So I'm just gonna basically follow along with my natural shape. It's actually really creamy. So I like to outline my brows first, and then I will go in and kind of fill them in. So I'm just gonna use the same pencil and just pencil the brows in. I normally use a pomade because I feel like if I just use a pencil all the time to fill in my brows, I'll go through the pencil a lot quicker. So pomade for me just lasts longer and I like the look of it. But for today, we are making it work with this little pencil here, which is honestly really creamy. I know it's an eyeliner, but I'm excited to actually put this on my waterline later because the formula is super creamy. So I picked up two different mascaras. One I'm gonna use for my actual eyes later on, but then I got this one and I like the wand on this. I thought it would be perfect for my brows and to kind of set them and fluff them up a little bit. So this is the LA Colors Mascara Lash Building. It's just a mascara, and this one is in dark brown. So I specifically got this one again versus black, so it wouldn't be as harsh. So this is what it looks like. Again, perfect size for your brows. You could totally use this on your eyes as well, but I feel like for the brows, it kind of just fits a little bit better. So I'm just also using this to kind of like distribute the product onto the rest of the brow hairs, because the pencil that I used, obviously it's an eyeliner, but it's creamy and it's a little bit kind of waxy on the brows. So I don't want it to stick and clump together. So I'm doing this to kind of just like fluff the brows out a little bit. And the color is like honestly perfect for doing this. And there we go. You see the difference? I mean, this is my good brow compared to this, but this one I feel like looks a little bit more kind of harsh and boxy. And then just with doing this, I feel like it kind of just looks so much better now. To clean them up, I'm gonna go in with this concealer. I've actually tried this before. It's not the creamiest concealer, but again, today we're making it work. I got this new face primer here that I'm gonna use as kind of like foundation, but I figured I would use this also for spot concealing and to clean up the brows because it's the only concealer that they did have. So this is what it looks like, and this one is in nude. So with this, I'm just gonna take the product right on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna use some of this to clean up the brows a little bit. I'm gonna just use this flat concealer brush that I have from BH Cosmetics. Okay, I'm just using an e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush to kind of blend out the concealer a little bit. Brows are all done. Now we're gonna jump into eyes, and I didn't see any eye primers or anything there. Obviously, you guys know the Dollar Tree is limited with shades, unfortunately, and with the certain products that they have. So they don't always have primer or setting spray or anything like that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the e.l.f. eyelid primer. So sometimes they do actually have this at the Dollar Tree. I didn't find this there when I was there this time, but I've seen this eye primer there before. It's like $2. But again, sometimes you can find it at the Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna use it just to prime my lids and prep them for eyeshadow. You could also use the concealer as well, but the concealer isn't my favorite. So I'm just gonna use the e.l.f. eyelid primer. Also, side note, the sharpener actually works really good. You can see like I just sharpened it and it's like nice and pointy again. So I'm just using this to just touch up my brow really quick. But yeah, the sharpener is it's really good. So for eyeshadow palette, I've actually tried this before. This is the LA Colors Sunflower palette. These are actually really, really nice. Like they definitely work and you could do like a really, really simple eye look for this for like every day. But I also picked this one up, which I've never tried before. So I love the bronzy shade in this palette right here. These are their 3-color eyeshadow palettes and this one is in Water Lily. I love the lavender in here as well, but I think I'm gonna do the bronzy color today. So I'm gonna use this and then this one as well. Okay, so this one here is an all matte palette and then Water Lily has 3 shimmers in it. So I'm gonna start with this one right here and I'm gonna use this shade and I'm gonna apply that in my crease. This is a great shade too to just kind of have in your crease just for like an everyday makeup look. I mean, like for $1, I really cannot complain. Like this is definitely doable. You do have to build it up a little bit, you know, if you want more pigmentation and everything, but again, it's $1. Okay, then I'm gonna take this bronzy shade right here. Let's do a little swatch. I don't think it's gonna be super, super shimmery, but I'm gonna just try it out here with my finger. Yeah, it's not that pigmented. Oh no. Okay, so I'm gonna just try to spray the brush and see if I can get some pigment on this or make this pop a little bit more. Because it's super light. It shows up, it's just not a very like sparkly, like glittery kind of color, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna dip my flat shader brush in here. This is a clean brush. And then I'm gonna use a little bit of spray. I have this one here from LA Colors. And I'm gonna just try to add more and build this up. Okay, so yeah, it shows up, but it's so light. And it doesn't really have like shimmer, if that makes sense. It's really more of like a light sheen. I'm gonna try adding maybe this color over top and see what it looks like, if this one maybe has a little bit more color to it. Okay, yeah, this one, it just kind of lightens that up a little bit and it just makes it pop a little bit more too, which is nice. I really wanted something more bronzy though. So I have this LA Colors bronzer. This one is in a Bronzed Beauty. It's like a really gorgeous bronze shade. I was gonna use this on my cheeks, but I'm gonna use it I think now as an eyeshadow just to see what it would look like if I can get this to be a little bit more bronzy. It's like one of those kind of shimmery bronzers, but these are actually really, really good. There's a highlighter, which I'll show you guys later, which is one of my favorites. Yeah, I'm gonna just dip into this. This is a light color too. This is actually pretty. It's really, really soft. Let me just see what this looks like. Okay, yeah, same kind of actually concept as the first shade. Yeah, it's a little bit darker, but not really. I just want this to be more bronzed versus like white on the lids. Oh, I'm not trying to flip you off. Okay, yes. This shows up definitely a lot more than the first bronzy shade that I used from the Water Lily palette. So I got both of them to look pretty similar, I would say, both eyes. So I love the fact that I went in with the face bronzer because I feel like it kind of gave me that light kind of bronzy look, which is what I was going for. Then I have a new liner here. So this is the LA Colors Matte Liquid Liner in Matte Black. I've tried a different liner from LA Colors. It was like a different packaging and everything. So I was really excited about this. Ooh, has a nice kind of applicator. I love the brush on it. Let's do a little swatch. Wow. Really, really black, as you can see. So let's do some winged liner. I was able to do a decent wing. I kept trying to kind of go over it a little bit here and it got a little messed up. It's actually very black though, I have to say. And from the looks of it, like you can see like it dried on the back of my hand. It is very matte, but it kind of looks like one of those formulas that will like peel and start to kind of flake on your eyes, if that makes sense. So maybe it's a little bit too matte, a little too dry, but it's definitely doable. I do feel like for the most part, it is pretty easy to work with. I just wish the formula was maybe a little bit more like liquidy. That way it just glided on a little bit easier. I just wiped off a little bit of the liner because it got messed up. So I wiped off a little bit of the lid shade. So I'm gonna go back into the bronzer. add that. Okay, I think I made them as even as possible. So I don't like hate this liner, but it's definitely not the best formula. If you want to spend a couple dollars on a really good liquid liner, Essence makes such a good one. It's their super precise liner. I have it right here somewhere. Yeah, this liner right here, I think it's like $2 or $3. It's really, really good. It's super black, it's matte, and it's like a regular kind of liquid liner. So it's very easy to work with, and you can create really flawless wings with this liner. So I would recommend this one over something like this, where I feel like it's doable, but you know, if you're gonna spend the money, just spend the money on the Essence one. For a couple more dollars, you get a better formula. Now for mascara, I have this one here from LA Colors. This is the Nude Glam Mascara, and this one is in black. The reason I got it is because the wand kind of reminded me of like a CoverGirl wand, and I've never tried this mascara specifically before. At least I don't think I've tried it. Oh wow, yeah, no, I don't remember trying a mascara wand like this. Look at this wand. So I am gonna do some mascara because of course I'm gonna go in with lashes. Doesn't do a whole lot, but that's okay because we have amazing lashes anyway. So let's take a moment and appreciate Ioni lashes, you guys. Every time I do Dollar Tree videos, I always rave about these. You definitely have to look for them. They're not at every single Dollar Tree that I've been to, at least. They're definitely like hit or miss, but these lashes are everything, you guys. So I think today I'm gonna use the Wispy Cat Eyelashes. So these are 100% faux mink, cruelty-free lashes, and they're so pretty. Like, look at these right here. They're so fluffy. They're so easy to apply. They come in a bunch of different styles and they're beautiful. I also have this pair here, the Wispy Dramatic Flares. Absolutely stunning. Look at how gorgeous these are. I always like to put them on first just to kind of show you guys, like, look at how pretty these are. I cannot get over it. Okay, let's put this on. All right, so popped the lashes on. Love the way this look is turned out so far. Like, so far so good. So now we're gonna jump into the skin. Obviously, like I said, the products are somewhat limited at Dollar Tree when it comes to like variety, like primer, setting spray, all of that. So I have this little LA Colors setting spray here, and I'm gonna use this to set my makeup and also to prime my skin. When I did get this, I believe I got this at Five Below. This was like $2 or $3, so it's not $1, but they do have LA Colors at Dollar Tree. They actually have a little kind of travel size setting spray. I had that in my purse whenever I purchased that the last time, and I couldn't find it anymore, so I'm just gonna go in with this just to prep this skin a little bit. Okay, now for primer, I picked up the LA Curl Smoothing Face Primer. This one looks, oh yeah, this one is the yellow one. It says it corrects dullness. So they have quite a few here. You can see like the different ones that they have on the side, but this is the only one that I found at the Dollar Tree. I actually went to 2 different Dollar Trees. So I was thinking of using this as kind of like a spot concealer as well. So that is what it looks like. Kind of like a foundation-ish. Ooh, it's actually pretty thick. Yeah, I wouldn't use this to like prime the skin, but I think for like spot concealing, it could definitely work. So that's what I'm gonna use it for. And also like under my eyes. Ooh, it's actually really, really creamy. Let me like rub it in the back of my hand and see how it looks. Like, it actually has some like pretty good coverage. I mean, that just blended in really nicely. It's very, very natural, but like, that's fine. Cause like, this is a really simple, like kind of bronzy look. So I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Camo Sponge. This one, it looks dirty, but it's stained, but I just cleaned it. So I'm gonna use this to kind of blend. Let's see what we can do with this. Okay, yeah, this is not really gonna give me coverage. Maybe it is more of like a primer. I thought maybe it could give like a little something. Okay, and let me just blend this out with a brush. It actually has a really light scent too. It's actually really hydrating too on the skin. I mean, obviously it's a little bit too light for me right now, but I'm gonna go in with some bronzer and like just try to make this work. Let's use a little bit of that concealer that I used earlier just to cover up this zit. There we go. It's not perfect, but you know what? That's okay. I'm gonna put more of that primer kind of under there, see what that does. Okay, I'm actually really impressed with that like primer situation. This is really, really nice. I love how creamy and hydrating it is. I don't really know like exactly why it kind of feels like a concealer, but then when you blend it out, it's super natural, but it honestly feels like hydrating like a primer. Like a little bit of everything, but I like it. Oh, I guess the more that you use, it probably gives a little bit more coverage too. Yeah, that's like not a bad product at all. Compared to this little concealer, I definitely like this other primer so much better. I think this is like a really pretty kind of like skin enhancer. And it's like very glowy too, but it's super natural. There's no like glitter or anything in it. I like it so far. Then I have here the LA Colors Matte Foundation. So this is the only shade that they have, or else I would have got like, you know, my shade, but luckily this worked out really nicely. But I figured I would use this to cream contour, like cream bronze. Actually, I don't really contour, I kind of like bronze the skin. So I got this one in the shade Chestnut. It says it's a high pigment formula, which I believe it because LA Colors has some really, really great products. So I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna put it right onto the back of my hand. And I'm going to use my Real Techniques medium sculpting brush. I love this for cream products. This is kind of what the color looks like. It's like a nice bronzy shade. And I'm going to use this just to add some color to the skin, because that primer that I went in with, it's a little bit too light for me, but I love the way the skin looks with it. So kind of just stippling that in and bronzing the skin. I'll go in and blend this out, of course. I'm kind of just placing the product down, stippling it in a little bit. It's a little bit difficult to blend. I normally can blend out my products really easily with this brush. It's a really good Fenty Beauty face brush dupe, but I'm having a little bit of a hard time blending this out, so I'm going back in with this brush. This one's also from e.l.f. It's the Complexion Duo. Just trying to like smooth out the lines, make it look a little bit more seamless. All right, let's try to go back in with that primer, like a little bit more of that. Just to clean this up a little bit right under here and make it look a little bit less splotchy. This is a really creamy, lightweight product, that primer that I was using from LA Colors. So I feel like it's good, like to layer. It doesn't really feel heavy or anything on the skin. So I just do this with my finger just a little bit. And then I use this brush, which is amazing, by the way, just to really buff it out. If you need a good affordable makeup brush, this one is really nice. You could use it for creams or for a foundation. It's great. So I think it's a little bit better. It looks a little bit more seamless. I'm just gonna put some on my forehead because I feel like this is a good blending product, and just blend out the forehead a tad bit. I think the bronzer is doable. You just kind of have to take your time and just really blend it a little bit, but I love that primer for the face. I think that's a great product. I love how natural and dewy the skin is looking. I wish I had a little bit more coverage on the under eyes, but you know what? I'm like not mad at this look so far. So powder, they didn't have any new powders. I actually didn't have any powders when I went into the Dollar Tree this time. They normally have that little LA Colors pressed powder, which is not a bad pressed powder. Like I think for touch-ups or something, it's really good. I actually might have it in my makeup bag. Hold on. Okay, I was trying to find that powder and I actually came across the little setting spray. I have like a little tiny bit left. This was in my makeup bag, but this is a setting spray that I was telling you guys about that sometimes they have at the Dollar Tree, and it is $1. It's great for traveling if you just want to touch up your makeup or refresh throughout the day with a nice little setting spray. This is good. I love how compact it is as well. Love that I found that. And I also found this random bronzer here, which I know that I got from Dollar Tree because this is the brand Beauty Benefits Hollywood. So I'm going to use this to set the cream bronzer that we have going on, but in the meantime I'm going to use a different powder to set like my under eyes and my T-zone, and I have this one from LA Colors. It is the setting powder that they have. So again, they didn't have a powder at my Dollar Tree, so I'm like trying to improvise and still use similar brands and things that are still very affordable. And this brush that I'm using is from BH Cosmetics. Unfortunately, it is no longer available. It was from the Nazanin Kavari brush kit, which I still use to this day. This is the number 4 brush, but if you need good affordable brushes, BH Cosmetics has really great ones. e.l.f. also has great brushes. There's a lot of good options. So I'm just using this just to kind of set the makeup a little bit, like the T-zone, and then I'm gonna go in with that powdered bronzer. This is what I'm gonna use next. Look at that nice matte shade. It's a really beautiful bronzer color. Look at that, it's nice and warm. I'm gonna use this brush that I found at Walmart actually. This is the LA Colors large powder brush. This was $2. I picked this up the other day when I went there, so I'm gonna use it today. I feel like it's appropriate with this look. I'm gonna add a little bit more bronzer from this to the nose. Just like right on the sides. Brush is also from e.l.f. It is the Fluffy Eye Blender brush. I love this for the crease, but also like for smaller areas. It's a good blending brush. Okay, for blush, I have this one from Beauty Benefits. It is the Lasting Flush Blush, and this one is in Passion Flower. It's just like a really pretty kind of bronzy shade. Oh, it's pretty. It's like a nice like toasted shade. It's really, really pretty. Ooh, I love that color. I use this little angled brush, again from BH Cosmetics. Oh, that's pretty. Wow, that's a really gorgeous shade. So I'm loving like the bronzer blush situation, super cute. So I was gonna use this shimmery bronzer, but I love the fact that this one is matte, like it set the makeup and everything really nicely. This would make for a really good maybe like topper, which is what I'll do right now, why not? For a little glow. You see that little bit of like glow that it gives? These are really pretty. Okay, the next product I always have to shout out in every single one of my Dollar Tree videos because it is that good. So again, the same kind of like packaging of this bronzer, there's a highlighter. And this one is in Shine Bright. You guys, this is the prettiest highlighter. It's $1. Comes in a couple other shades as well, but this is a gorgeous shade that you can use for the inner corners, all over your lid as an eyeshadow. It's very versatile. I'm gonna use it today on my cheeks just to show you guys that it is actually very blinding. I use this very often in the inner corners. It is just the prettiest like bright light gold shade. Let me actually swatch it. Look at that pigment. It could be a little powdery, so you kind of sometimes have to blend it out and everything, but like it's beautiful. So I love that shade. I'm just gonna add some of that. It's not glittery either. It's actually like really, really smooth. I'm just gonna blend everything out. I'm using that same LA Colors brush. Okay, now for lips, I have a liquid lipstick and a lip gloss here. So this one is from the brand Remy Rose, and this one is their Everlasting liquid lipstick in the shade Kendall. I've never tried or seen actually this brand at all, so I was really excited about it. It's like a really, really pretty color. It smells like vanilla cupcakes, like all liquid lipsticks. Okay. I love this shade. I'm just freehanding it because I don't have a lip liner. Sometimes what you can do is just take the tip of your applicator and kind of use it as a lip liner when you're using a liquid lipstick to like define your lips a little bit more. Okay, but like I'm living for this color. This is perfect. I love it for this look especially. It's so cute. And I have this gloss, but I want to see how this dries, but if not, I'll save this for another day because I love a good clear gloss. But this is the lip gloss. It's just a moisturizing clear gloss from LA Colors. But I'm going to wait for that to dry a little bit. We'll see if it's crisp proof, transfer proof, but in the meantime, let me finish up the lower lashes. I'm going to go back into my little Daisy palette. I wonder if you guys can hear the rain. It is downpouring right now. Very relaxing, honestly. I have this little brush here from e.l.f. and I'm just gonna use that color and just smudge that on my lower lash line. Also, I have this product here. This is from LA Colors. It is their loose eyeshadow in the shade Snow White. I actually love these loose highlighters. If you need like just something super glowy, whether that's for your body or your face, these are intense. Also, these make for great eyeshadows. They are just like a loose highlighter. It could be a little messy, but it's a beautiful, beautiful formula. They have a ton of different colors. So I've actually, I don't think at least that I've tried the white one. I've tried the like yellow gold one, which is beautiful, but I wanted to try this one as an inner corner highlight. Oh, it actually says on here it's a loose eyeshadow, but you could use it on your face or your body as well, because it's just basically like a loose kind of highlighter as well. So this is what the packaging on this looks like. So you get this little brush here, which you could use the brush if needed, but I like to just take this and pour it right into the cap or the lid, and then once you do that, you get the product right in there. It's a little messy, like I said, but you know, it's $1 and it's amazing, so I can't complain. For the inner corners, I'm gonna use this small pointed eyeshadow brush from Profusion, and I'm just gonna dip directly into the lid, tap off the excess a little bit. I'm gonna put that right in the inner corners. Look at that color, you guys. No spray, nothing, just the straight up loose eyeshadow. It is amazing, and wow, I love this color for the inner corners, by the way. Like I said, I don't think I've ever tried this shade. Oh, this is so pretty. If you wanted to spray your brush, you totally could if you really want it to like stick a little bit better, because it is obviously loose, so you're gonna have a little bit of like the glitter and stuff kind of flying all over the place, but I just wanted to show you guys like how intense that is, like just on its own. It's beautiful. Also, the liquid lipstick, it's a little bit sticky. As you can see, it kind of sticks to my lips. That happens with a lot of liquid lipsticks though sometimes, so it's not a huge deal. It's still in place though. And it looks like it's kiss proof, which is incredible. It just always blows my mind. I'm like, how is this stuff $1? The last thing we're gonna do is do some lower lash mascara and liner, and I'm just gonna go back into the e.l.f. eyeliner. I hope my power doesn't go out. Let's wrap up this video because it's really downpouring. So I'm just gonna line my waterline with this. It's not super creamy, this liner. I think honestly this works better for your brows than it does as an eyeliner. And I'm gonna go back into that mascara. This doesn't do a whole lot. I don't really ever have a ton of luck with mascaras at the Dollar Tree. If you guys have any good ones that you like from there, let me know. I also have really small lashes anyway, so that's why I like the falsies and everything so much better. But I have to say, this is definitely one of the better Dollar Tree mascaras. I mean, it's not the best, but it's one of the better ones that I've tried where it actually shows up when you do a couple coats of it. So I love the fact that this is like a matte liquid lipstick. It feels really, really comfortable. I don't really feel like the need to go in with a gloss, but then again, I kind of want to just test it out, so let's test it out. Oh, it smells good. I've tried their lip oils before and I really like them. It smells like bubble gum. It's gonna just give you a really light kind of glossy moment, but it's cute. I have a tiny little bit left of the setting spray, so I'm gonna use this up to set the makeup and then we'll be all done. Spritzer on this is also really nice. That's why it was in my purse, because whenever I'm out and about and I just needed a quick little this is good. All right guys, so this is the completed full face of Dollar Tree makeup. I love the way this look turned out. I actually have an appointment to go to and I'm gonna keep this makeup on because I love it, and it's not perfect, but I feel like nobody would be able to know that this is Dollar Tree makeup on my face. And that's why I love these kinds of videos, to show you guys that if you make it work and take your time a little bit, you can get a beautiful makeup look without spending a ton of money. So obviously there was a couple hits and misses, but I feel like that's the case with most of my first impressions, or whenever I'm testing out new makeup or doing full face videos. There's a couple great products and then a couple products that maybe might not work for me for one reason or another, and that's okay. But there's a lot of great stuff in today's video as well. And like I said, overall, the end result, I love. So let's chat about some of these products and then we will finally wrap up with this super long video. First, I feel like at the Dollar Tree, there aren't the best mascaras, at least like I said, the ones that I've tried. I just never really get thickness, volume, a ton of length or anything from Dollar Tree mascaras. So I would probably pass on these. I mean, they do make for some good tinted brow gels if you need something for your brows. I think they work for that. The liquid liner also was not my favorite. Like I said, Essence makes such a good one, and I feel like you get kind of that similar effect, but the formula is a little bit better than this one. So not the worst, not the best, but not my favorite. This eyeshadow palette wasn't as pigmented as I thought it was going to be. I mean, I know it's $1, so I thought they were going to be a little bit more kind of shiny on the lids. It's going to give you a super light sheen, so I would probably pass on these. I think if you want to try one of these little trios out, I like this one better, the matte one, especially the shade right here for the crease. It's a great transition color for every single day. This matte liquid foundation from LA Colors was a little bit difficult to work with. Luckily, that face primer that I used saved the day, but this probably is not my favorite just because the formula isn't super creamy and blendable. It was doable, but it's not my favorite. And then this e.l.f. liner I think could make for, honestly, either a good lip liner if you are darker and you need a good brown liner, or for your brows, it could work. For the waterline, it's not really that pigmented. And then I always mention this concealer isn't the best, but it's usually all that they have at the Dollar Tree. That's why I picked it up again, but It's really not my favorite. I think there's much better products, but luckily, like I said, this face primer that I used today was amazing. So this definitely saved the complexion a little bit. So that leads me into the rest of the products. Everything else I really did enjoy. I love the lashes. If you see these Ioni lashes stuck up on them, they usually don't last very long whenever they are at Dollar Tree. You kind of have to look for them, but once you find them, stock up, you guys. The cheek products I love. This blush is beautiful. I love this bronzer as well. You guys already know my Shine Bright highlighter. This is one of my favorite like holy grail products in my collection. I love it for the inner corners, and I also really like this Bronzed Beauty bronzer. I think as a blush topper or like bronzer topper, it could be really pretty. I also did like it for the lid shade. It's very light, but it's cute. The liquid lipstick was nice. It's a little bit sticky, felt a little bit dry, nothing crazy, but if you want, you could go over like with this gloss right here over top to make it a little bit more comfortable. This lip gloss is not bad. It's not my favorite clear lip gloss, but I think if you want like a really light shine, it's a nice gloss formula because it's not sticky and it's just gonna add a little bit of like a shine to your lips. Not really like a full-blown like juicy kind of lip gloss, but it makes other lip products more comfortable. Like the liquid lipstick feels a lot better when I added this over top versus on its own. So this setting spray is fabulous. I think if you want to just throw a little setting spray in your makeup bag or in your purse, it's cute, it's nice to have, and nice to touch up with throughout the day, and the spritzer on it is really nice as well. Last but not least, you guys, I'm obsessed with this shimmering loose eyeshadow. This white color is everything. Again, it's in the color Snow White. It's perfect for an inner corner highlight, a brow bone highlight, or just like on your chest, wherever you want to put it. It's beautiful. I feel like this is going to be like a newer, affordable favorite because like I love a white inner corner highlight, and sometimes it's hard to find like a good one, but this shade and the formula of this is incredible. So check these out if you need a good loose eyeshadow because I feel like these are very versatile. So that is it for this Dollar Tree makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it was helpful if you guys are looking for any newness at the Dollar Tree. And if you have any other favorites or holy grail makeup products, beauty products that you love from Dollar Tree, leave them down below in the comments. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.